Hey, you're listening to Wrestling Roundup on FreeFM 89.0 ArrowFM MPR. I'm Grady, and live on Skype we got Josh.
Yeah.
We are gonna break down Stomping Grounds for you. That's gonna be the main purpose of the show this week. But before we get there, there's a couple angles that are not necessarily gonna have payoff on the pay-per-view, and let's make note of those ones. And the first up is that we have a new 24/7 champion.
The grand prophecy has finally been fulfilled.
Honestly, Drake Maverick was doing so damn well all over social media for this thing, and I'm glad. I don't know how long he's going to hold it, whether it'll be swapped before we even air, but I'm just glad he got a run with it after everything he was doing.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't change hands on 205 Live, to be honest.
That would be my expected.
Yeah, the fact that he was able to do his job as general manager of 205 Live and not lose his title says something.
Yeah, he's skilled at what he does, hiding.
But they probably will lose it before this airs. As rumor has it, well, this part isn't rumor, it's actually happening, that he's getting married on the day that we're recording this.
Mm-hmm.
Rumor has it, WWE is planning to film the wedding for something. For what? I don't know. We don't really know. But general consensus says you should put two to two together and say, most likely a wedding crasher is going to pin him for the title during his wedding.
But now the question is who? Are we going to just hot potato it back to R-Truth? Or are we going to see a new challenger into the mist?
It's probably going to be R-Truth, but that's the beauty of this title. We really don't know.
I feel like looking back at the past reigns, Jinder Mahal has gone to the most effort in terms of locations to win the belt. You know, he's gone to the golf course, he's gone to the airport. It's the furthest away from arenas title changes, so I wouldn't put it past Jinder Mahal crashing his wedding.
Apparently his best man is Braun Strowman. That's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure EC3 and Braun Strowman are groomsmen.
There we go. EC3.
Yep. And that's where I was headed. I'm going to put my money on the fact that when the show airs, EC3 is your new 24/7 champion. Put it down in the books. Another angle we got to talk about is the Kabuki Warriors. They're going to have to take on the Iconics to earn a shot at the Iconics.
Oh, you mean they found them?
They finally found them in a backstage segment. Paige announces that if the Kabuki Warriors can defeat the Iconics in Japan, which I believe is a live event, that they will then earn a championship shot against the Iconics.
It's been a while since the Iconics have defended their titles.
Hashtag longest reigning champs. I got a feeling the Kabuki Warriors will win in Japan. That just makes the most sense. Whether they win the titles, that's a different question. When that happens, that's another question that I also don't have the answer to. But now that I have mentioned all of that, and that's stuff that hasn't made it to the pay-per-view, mind you, let's jump into the pay-per-view and start off with the Raw Tag Team... No, sorry, that isn't appearing. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Bryan and Rowan defending against Heavy Machinery.
Time for Otis to get him some meat and get those titles.
You think Heavy Machinery are going to walk out with the belts, huh?
Yes, I do.
I would be very, very... Put like 50 million varies in there. Happy if that happened. Do I think it's gonna? I'm not going to put my money on it. I don't know, man. Might be next time. I don't know. Daniel Bryan and Rowan been floating around, but as you say, Heavy Machinery pretty hot at the moment.
Yeah, and well, I guess they could always go back to their YOLO country tag team championships.
They do have.
But I think I'd rather have them have the real ones. And I could see this being a low-key punishment for Daniel Bryan not going to Saudi Arabia.
Fair. Well, sorry, not fair for that to happen. I can see where you're coming from. Okay. We'll lock it in then. The show's choice is Heavy Machinery to win. We talked about Drake Maverick doing his job on 205 Live. Well, he managed to book a Cruiserweight Championship match, and as of the moment, it's not on the pre-show. It's Tony Nese defending against Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak.
That should be a good match. It's just sad I don't care.
You keep saying that about these Cruiserweight matches.
It is what it is.
Fair enough. Well, if you're leaving me to pick this one, then our official prediction, I'm gonna go with Tozawa, because why not?
I'll split off and say Gulak.
Oh, god damn it. You're putting us into disarray. We almost agreed on a match ending for once. God damn it. Talking about agreeing on a match ending, can we just agree that Samoa Joe is gonna beat the ever-loving poop out of Ricochet?
I can see him. I see him retaining the title. I don't see it being easy for Joe.
Nah, this is going to be 5 minutes of just Joe pounding on Ricochet.
No, it's going to be close. There's going to be a moment when you think Ricochet's won the title.
Mm-hmm. That Neville moment.
But I think, although, you know what? Screw it. I'm going with it. Ricochet wins with a code breaker.
I knew it! I knew you'd pick Ricochet for this. You just couldn't... You couldn't go against him. To be fair, I picked the Iconics. How many pay-per-views in a row to win? They finally did. Maybe this will be your one.
Added to all the rest of the ones I've gotten
Yeah,
over the course of the show.
Had a fair few ones, but maybe this will be another one. I will legitimately go with Samoa Joe retaining. I think there's too many people, like a Cesaro type, that's going to make this a non-clean finish. But I think Samoa Joe will walk out with the United States Championship. Oh, where do we go next? Where do we go? Let's jump over to the tag team match with no consequences. The New Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because we just can't keep them apart.
I'm going to say Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wins this match.
Okay.
And I'm going to say there's going to be a miscommunication of some sort during the match.
You're still leading for this New Day breakup.
That leads towards the breakup.
Well, someday you might get your breakup that you keep hinting at. Personally, I'm gonna go with the New Day win. Nice and easy, right over top of Owens and Zayn, who have a miscommunication so that they can break up forever and go completely away from each other. I will do anything at this point to get those two away from each other.
Yeah, stupid wildcard rule.
Pretty much. I think a lot at the moment I could say stupid wildcard rule too. It might be my least favorite rule in history. Although I can't think of any rules off the top of my head to compare it to, therefore it is the worst. Yeah, it's kind of... Instead of showcasing, say, 20 Raw and 20 SmackDown, we're sort of just showcasing 30 across the board. And I feel like less people getting spots. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn just appearing everywhere. I'm pretty sure Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston have appeared on like every goddamn show since the wildcard rule has been enacted. Shane McMahon's floating around everywhere.
Well, Shane can be explained simply because he's part of the management.
This is true. Shane is holding feuds across both brands. His lackeys are traveling across the brands with him. It's to the point where I probably couldn't tell you what brand is Drew McIntyre on. I don't know.
I just know he's an important figure right now.
I just picked him because his name is on the card that I'm looking at. But honestly, there's so many people that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I can't tell you which is on which brand. I know they're on different, but I can't tell you which is which.
I can.
Which is which?
Sami Zayn is Raw, while Kevin Owens is SmackDown. I know this because of the Raw I attended.
Ah, that's cheating. You can't have personal knowledge. Yeah, it's... It's just chaos. It's madness. And not good chaos. The 24/7 title is good chaos. It's just chaos. So yeah, you're still angling for that New Day breakup, are you? And are you still going with Big E being the aggressor, or have you switched that?
I think it would almost have to be Big E.
It kind of doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense for Xavier to turn.
Well, sorry, I guess it could make sense for Xavier to turn. I don't know how believable it is Xavier flipping out and beating up the monster Big E, who's like 6 times.
Or going after Kofi.
This is true.
And Big E's injuries, which would then, and seeing the success that they've had without him, could lead to jealousy too.
Mm. You keep pulling at those strings, and maybe one day the New Day break up. We've kind of talked about the third member of the New Day anyway, Kofi Kingston. He will be defending his WWE Championship in a steel cage match against Dolph Ziggler, because we just had to one-up the fact that this is going to be a rematch from Super Showdown.
Kofi Kingston retains.
You sure? Who's interfering? Because every cage match gets interfered with. Feel free to go with Big E from breaking up earlier in the night.
I don't know. I could see maybe Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn coming back out.
I feel like anybody who's involved in this feud is involved in that tag match earlier in the night, in terms of Big E, Woods, Owens, and Zayn. I don't really see anyone outside of that four forcing their way in and interfering in the steel cage. Not saying it won't happen, I just can't think of anyone off the top of my head that you'd push out there to go do that. But my head's also full of mush, so hey.
I do know that Ziggler does have one of his comedy tours coming up, that's why I don't think Ziggler wins the title.
Mm-hmm. That is a fair call. Probably doesn't take the title with him across the tour. Well, one man who I'm pretty sure will not be interfering in the steel cage match is our, as of recording, current 24/7 champion Drake Maverick. That's a little wordy title to give him. And in recognition of his amazing win of the championship, we're going to be playing the 205 Live theme for you here today as our theme for the show this week. So enjoy that song now. And you're back with a wrestling roundup on FreeFM 89.0 MPR ArrowFM. I'm Grady, he's Josh, and we still have 4 matches left on the Stomping Ground card. Where do you want to go? Pick one of them. It's up to you.
Honestly, the only match I know about, only 2 matches I know about are the world titles right now.
Fair enough.
I don't know what other ones aren't.
Well then, pick the Universal Championship, I guess. Seth Rollins defending against Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship again, and once again to step it up from Super Showdown, we have a special guest referee stipulation added to this match. Baron Corbin been searching all week, and everybody trying to get in there, try to be his special guest referee, but as far as I'm aware, he has not decided his special guest referee just yet.
Yeah, I'm predicting it'll be Shane McMahon.
That is the obvious pick.
Seth still retains because Shane gets knocked out and a regular referee comes out and counts to 3. Because why not?
I feel like I've seen that once, or twice, or 3 times. But I'm with you. I think Seth's going to retain. Definitely.
Yeah, I think this will be a good match, though. So it is interesting on who they will pull out for that. If it's not Shane, who they actually get as the referee.
Mm-hmm. Kurt Angle.
Because whoever that is could very well be Seth's next feud.
Oh, please don't be Shane McMahon in that point, then.
If it's not Shane.
I feel like given Baron Corbin is in that sort of teacher's pet class group that they have, With Drew, Baron, the Revival, and then Elias sometimes, depending if it's required. That him picking someone, your first pick is going to be out of that group. So it'd be a little weird for him to pick sort of a crazy pick, a wild card. He's going to pick the one that's going to give him the best shot of winning, which is one of his mates.
Which will almost certainly then make it Shane. Because almost nobody else in that quartet, or whatever you want to call it, can Corbin trust.
That's true.
Because you got to remember, Drew gave him a claymore right in front of me at the end of a tag team match.
Well, Drew has also, when I think it was Elias won the 24/7 championship, he was pretty mad he wasn't included in that as well. So Drew's been sowing some dissension. It seems like this group is just people who want to be friends with Shane McMahon. And they're not really friends with each other. They just all want to be friends with Shane.
Because as Shane put it a few months back, everybody tries to use him because of his name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this group is doing.
Pretty much.
It benefited the Revival.
And I think the interesting aspect here as well is that The Miz is continuing his feud. Like on SmackDown, it was pretty heavily focused on Miz versus McMahon. So we haven't ditched that, as much as I cry many tears. Which, could still be leading to some 4v4 typey match. But could also lead, if Shane McMahon is the special guest referee, maybe Miz is the one that comes out, knocks him out, and is involved in the finish of this match to screw over Baron Corbin.
Oh, I just thought of an idea.
Go nuts.
Instead of a referee coming out to do it, what if Miz comes out and they after Shane is knocked out and counts to 3 using Shane's own limp arm?
Fair. I'll accept it. I have thought about it, I have considered it, and I have accepted it. That is the finish that is going to happen. We have seen the future, and that will be it. But talking about Shane McMahon's lackeys, one of them, Drew McIntyre, is going to defeat Roman Reigns live at Stomping Grounds.
I agree.
Yes! It's very few, but we do agree.
This should be a much better match than what we got at WrestleMania. Because of all the ring rust that Roman now has knocked off of him.
Yeah.
And Drew's Drew, and he's good.
Yes! Hold on, I didn't hear you. Can you say that again, please?
Drew's Drew, and he's good.
It's fine, you only needed to say it once. I can just cut that audio and just play it like 10 times in the middle of that. It's fine.
It wouldn't be the first time you've done something like that.
It definitely would not.
I just think he needs to win here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Roman's going to be above putting Drew over. So, plus that probably results in a third match here in a couple months. That's like SummerSlam or something.
We gotta get through Extreme Rules first.
Yeah, or Extreme Rules, because they'd be 1-1. At which point then Roman would probably win to finish the feud off. But I think Drew wins on Sunday.
Yes, I believe the order of pay-per-views coming up is Extreme Rules and then SummerSlam. From my mystical knowledge called the Wikipedias, that will be the ones. We got some time. We still have the women's matches to talk about. Raw or SmackDown? Red or blue, Josh? Take a pick.
Let's go blue.
Blue it is. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss this week on SmackDown. Moment of bliss. Out comes Bayley drinking her coffee. Bliss gets mad. They get into a kerfuffle. And Nikki Cross proves once again to be the most important asset that Alexa Bliss has in helping her. And as much as Bayley was trying to see through to Nikki and like, Nikki, she isn't your friend. Stop being her friend. Nikki's like, no, Alexa Bliss friend, Bailey bad, I beat Bailey.
And then there was some sort of secret about Bailey or something. This has been bad. It's almost been as bad as the first feud.
We haven't had a Bailey This Is Your Life segment.
Yeah. That's why I said almost as bad. With that said, the outcome's going to be different this time.
Okay.
Bailey's retaining her title. There's no way the SmackDown title's going back over to Raw.
Oh no. I've just realized. This has got to be like almost the 12-month anniversary of their first feud, right? Because their first feud culminated at Extreme Rules with a kendo stick on a pole match.
That was in April, so it's more than 12 months.
Oh, good. I don't want those demons coming back up.
Also, that was 2 years ago, not one.
Oh, it's even worse. It's the 24 month? Oh, 24 year. That's my age. If these girls were kicking around there, then there'd be one interesting toddler match. So you're thinking Bailey retains here?
Yes, I do.
I think Nikki's going to come out to play. What that means? Don't know. But let's wait and see. And that leaves us with the final match on the card. Lacey Evans going for that Raw Women's Championship against Becky Lynch. Ready to lose again. There's no way.
Lacey wins.
What, you mad person?
It won't be clean. For sure. But I have the man falling to the lady.
You are insane.
Because once again, I'm going to repeat what I said a few years ago. Becky Lynch's champion just doesn't work. Her chasing the champion works, but not being the champion.
You are bad man. Bad man say bad thing. I have no words. No, I refuse. Can we just wait till Extreme Rules? Can you give me a month? We'll get a better competitor for Becky. Look, list of WWE personnel.
We could get Dana. Oh wait, somebody broke her face.
I would be very happy with that, but the likelihood of it even pre-face breaking is like 2%. Give me Alicia Fox as champion. Give me the Ruby Riott. That's a good pick. I'll take that. It kind of has zero set up at the moment, though. Nope, I take it back. Nikki Cross. I've made my pick. Nikki Cross beats Becky Lynch at Extreme Rules for the title. Done. Nope, I don't believe what you're telling me. I refuse.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be the first time I've refused to listen to you and then it's happened. No. And then you'll hear me next show just going, no, it didn't happen. No. I hate to end the show on a sour note, and you've made me do it.
By the way, we haven't talked about the WWE Championship.
Yeah, we did. It was the Kofi Kingston Dolph Ziggler Steel Cage match.
Oh, yeah.
See? I forget a lot of things.
That's how fried my memory is right now.
I forget a lot of things, but I can read a list. Sort of. I jumped around the list a little bit, and I always forget a match. I don't believe I did this time. So, with that fumble of memory on your point means that we're not ending the show on a sour note, and that I can finish now, happy and laughing, because it's been great talking to you.
Bye-bye.
And you can visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/WrestlingRadio, Twitter page, twitter.com/WrestlingRadio, and we'll see you next week with the results of WWE Stomping Ground.